Hi, I'm Kim Stevens here in the Fox 26 studios. And one thing that is asked of me by college students pretty often is how do you balance being a mother, being a wife, and being a news anchor and reporter, and being a college professor? And it's all about balance, right? And well, the answer is, uh, it depends on the day. But that seems to be the perennial question is how do I balance it all? Because I'm interested in life and I want to try new things, challenge myself, be involved, and also keep my job. Well, Andrew Paul is here to help guide us. He is a speaker and life coach who can help people who are especially driven. And I am looking forward to learning from you today, Andrew. Thank you.
Hey, Kim, thank you so much. This is a very timely topic and something I deal with on a daily basis, and I really appreciate your time.
How did you first get into coaching specifically for helping people with balance?
It certainly wasn't by design. I ended up walking the lonely valley and hiring a coach that guided me through this process. And in that process, she said, Andrew, you have such a wealth of information for these people. Would you consider that as something to do? And I said, you know what, if I can help at least one person out there, I'd love to be that caveat or the vessel for people to go through the same thing and shorten their duration, we'll say.
Okay. Now, it's not a simple do this or take this. If someone says, I need balance, what are maybe some signs that we are out of whack and we need to readjust our life balance?
Two things I would say. There's first of all, it's fulfillment, personal fulfillment. Secondly, it's are you tired? And those two things I would say are things that I battled. I was constantly tired and I didn't feel fulfilled.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are two things that I think are the most telling signs.
Sometimes if someone feels tired, exhausted, not just physically, but just spiritually, mentally, everything, they think I've got to, I got to quit my job, or I've got to make a huge change, or maybe my marriage is the reason for all of this. What do you advise people on looking for that simple reason?
Yes, Kim, you hit a nail right on the head, because that's, I think, the tired that I'm talking about is something has to give. And for me, I was fortunate. My wife actually cared enough about me and the family to knock me over the head and tell me something has to give. And I was stuck in provider mode. So I think that many men especially get stuck in this role of provider mode, and women are there too, and not by choice sometimes, but they wind up in that space. Mm-hmm. And experiencing nature is, we got to get out in nature and we got to shut off some noise. And that's a caveat that we have to. It's not a if, it's a you have to in order to break the cycle. So.
Wow. Now, when you say you were in provider mode, if you're still providing for your family, just getting out in nature will kind of help balance that while you're still doing the providing?
Yeah, I mean, so nature has a way of really exercise and nature have a way of kind of clarifying thoughts. And so when we're stuck in this provider mode, we have this, we're almost mentally focused too much in one area. Oh. And so when you get out in nature and you do a little exercise, your mind has time to kind of get itself back in sync. It's fascinating. And that's what happened for me. It wasn't just an automatic, suddenly one day I was back in action. It's a process that takes time, but you have to interrupt that cycle.
All right, that's fascinating. And that's one great idea. What else helped you?
I would say, looking back at what really jazzed me up, I really got jazzed by helping people shortcut things in life that I experienced. And so I would say that would be one thing that would really speed up the process also, is looking back at what excites you and getting back into some of the hobbies that maybe you abandoned along the way, and some of the people you abandoned along the way.
Well, I just heard a word that I know a lot of people like, and that is a shortcut. So I'm guessing that hobby is one of those shortcuts?
Yeah, that's one of them. Another one is just simply refocusing your energy on the family. I mean, shutting off the digital distraction for sure. The digital distractions, I mean, if you spend a half an hour, even 15 minutes there, it's a sacrificial 15 minutes that you won't get back that you could have spent with your family or your loved ones or doing something you really enjoy.
Oh, wow. That is so true. All right. So we're going to get out in nature more. We're going to maybe put our digital device away and concentrate on our family. We're going to maybe get back to a hobby or try something new that we haven't done before that we always wanted to. We just did a story the other day of a 90-year-old, no, I think she was 98-year-old woman who was a pickleball phenom. And she was always picking up hobbies. And she said that was one of her kind of things that kept her living as long.
Yeah, well, she got out and did some. Did I just cut you off? I'm sorry.
No,
She
no,
went out and did something physical, and it's amazing how the endorphins release, and you find yourself having fun, and that's
Yeah.
a part of self-fulfillment, right?
Right, that's true. Anything else that you would say to do?
The biggest thing that helped me was the simple fact of hiring a coach to help me navigate through these waters. Most professional athletes have coaches, and I'm not sure why I never employed one in the rest of my life, but I am now. And they have this way of extracting the best side of a person, and they see, just like you did in picking out various things in my comments, they have the same thing. They are tuned into what you're actually saying, and it's another way of shortcutting your I call it the walk of the lonely valley. They have a way of drawing out these things that help people get out of their head and back into life.
Some people might say, I can't afford it, so they would not get a coach. What do you say to that?
There's plenty of mentors. There's plenty of men's groups. There's plenty of just networking opportunities out there. There's so much plethora of books, articles, various things on it. I would say if it were me and I didn't have the funds to hire a coach, I would simply get out in nature and and shut off the digital noise and just start finding those things that I enjoy in life again. Because if you continue down that path of providing or getting out of life balance, you're not going to get out of it until you actually make some changes.
It's a very good point. Wow. Simple yet can quite profound. Any final words of wisdom and advice that you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, I mean, today life is chaotic. I mean, there's no secret about it. We've got so much going on in life right now, and then on top of that, we have the digital distractions. You have to take time for yourself and find either a men's group that you can be with or a group of like-minded individuals and share your life stories. Be okay with being authentic and vulnerable. It's a great place to be.
That's a really good point. Just having someone to be able to share, which kind of is a bit of unloading, but that doesn't mean that's selfish in unloading. It's everybody is unloading and then learning from each other.
Yeah, how come women can do it? Women have a great network. I mean, men, we're so stupid. We sit there and we beat our head against the wall and we turn to substance or whatever it might be, and wonder why at the end of the day we're still not happy. And you got to get these things off your chest and find somebody to visit with, whether it's a coach or whether it's just a group of guys. Yeah, phenomenal.
Okay, you said that, not me, Andrew. But that's a really good point that somehow men were raised. Maybe I certainly haven't raised my sons to be this way. That you got to take it all on yourself and just deal with it, and it's just you, and you have to be, I don't know, Hulk and Mr. America or Captain America and all of them all rolled up into one and just deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we were raised. I'm not sure if that's the way we were raised or if it's part of men's nature, but yeah. Stop and ask for directions along the way. If you find yourself driving around the same block time after time and there's a gas station that can help you find the place you're looking for, why not ask for directions?
Amen. Well, we just did that, and we really appreciate your help today. Andrew Paul Skoog, helping us with our work-life balance. Thank you.
Hey, Kim, thank you so much. This has been great.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.